just to try and get me riled up.
No, dude. Hey guys, how's it going, everybody?
It's going terrible, Dave, because you're stupid as fuck.
All right, guys. Yeah. So we're gonna end this show real quick. Hey, before we start rattling off and running our mouths, check down below if you're watching this. If you're not watching this live, for timestamps on when everything's gonna start, and then you can avoid, pretty much all of this useless stuff that we're gonna bring up.
Now that we've done that, I have an important question. I was at work today watching my TikToks, and an interesting question came across. Right. And it was a box. It was a 9 box of wrestlers. Okay. And you had to eliminate one wrestler from each line. Okay. I don't remember what the other 2 lines were. Let me just say what the top line was, and that's what I want to debate. The top line is John Cena. The middle is The Undertaker. And the last one in the row, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Undertaker without hesitation.
That's what I said.
You got to get rid of one of them?
Yes.
I think from multiple aspects, but if you just go from a business standpoint, it's Undertaker without even a shred of thought.
I mean, I agree with you ultimately.
I will come out and say I am not an Undertaker fan, really. So
I mean, look, hot take. The difference is like Cena was the hottest guy in the company for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Stone Cold was the hottest guy in the company for like 5 years. Undertaker was never the hottest guy in the company. He was always a number 2, number 3, or whatever. He was just super consistent for 25 years.
Hot take. I think American Badass Undertaker is the best version of Undertaker there is.
Dave, have you been drinking?
No.
Is this drunk, Dave?
Nope.
Crickets in this house.
Man, listen, we at 3 Guys on a Mic don't support that that message.
The only exception would be like the ministry / corporate ministry run.
What is the views expressed within here are not exactly the views of 3 Guys on a Mic.
I know.
Exactly.
It's the guy who's the smartest. That's me.
It's me.
Nah, you like Stomp 442.
I mean, I like it more than Volume 8, yeah.
Both those albums are below par, so that's fine. I mean, at this point we're arguing against 2 albums that suck. So like
they don't suck, Dave.
They're not. Are you going to give them less than a 50?
Stomp 442 might. I don't know. I haven't given it a grade yet. I haven't broke down every song.
I'm not convinced you know how to listen to music then. Guys, we're here to talk about...
I mean, if I had to guess, it's going to be probably low 50s, high 40s.
Yeah,
look, here's what I know is every album I've heard from Anthrax is better than Train of Thought right now. So here's the important thing is we're here to talk about...
Let me know how many times you've listened to Train of Thought, bitch. And then that's fighting words. I don't... Guys, we just speed this along because this... look, I'll tell you what we all agree on. This episode was a disappointment. And I can't wait to talk about it.
Was it really, though, Dave? I mean, was it really disappointing?
Jason, don't play at all. I have the text messages to prove that you agree with me. Okay? Let's not go there.
Just like Dave's text message the other day where he's like, yeah, this album is good, man. I think I would give it like a 35.
Yeah. Hey, look. I'm just saying.
I was like, is this you, bitch?
Yeah. Hey, look. I'm going to pull it up right fucking now.
All right, here we go. Hello. And
Nope. Stop. That was going to be all jacked up.
Dave, I don't need you to read my text, but I got a phone right here.
He doesn't need his answers read back to him like he's a child.
I said, man, this episode sucked, or am I stupid? He said, he said, I'm almost done. It's not terrible. The back half is much better than the first half. I said, maybe sucked is a strong word. Disappointing might be better. Yes, disappointed.
In the first half.
You may continue, Josh. I'm sorry.
Dave is wound up tight. Let's do this. Drop them Tremor totems, Dave.
I thought you were going to say drop them titties. Like, swear to God.
It's better than sausage on your brain, Dave.
Love sausage.
Dick.
What the fuck, Dave? It's all quiet and all of a sudden you hear dick.
What is wrong with Jason?
Jason, are you drunk?
No, I haven't.
But that was good.
All right.
I got a bunch of Bacardi, but I got nothing to mix it with, unfortunately.
Mixers for bitches, Dave. There we go. Hello, and welcome to Three Guys and a Mic presents The Book of Boba Fett, a new original series presented by Disney+. I'm your co-host, The Human Dart, along with
Jason Tsunami.
And David Disaster. Kind of like this show.
Hey, we're back.
We're back to a terrible show. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it's not terrible.
Hey,
it's just
Dave.
not
I have a question for you. Could you explain to me what a Wookiee life debt is?
Well, I can. I don't think the creators of the show can, but you know what, Josh? I will. Long story short, if you save a Wookiee's life, and generally speaking, they pledge a Wookiee life debt to you, and that means they owe you, more or less. Kind of like this show. What happened?
So you wouldn't have to offer them a job. It would just be more so understood.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
An honor code.
And in case you're wondering, this has been shown in the Star Wars universe, in a big budget movie.
Well, there were Star Wars movies.
Yeah. Most of them were not good, but some of them are.
Fair enough. All right. Well, hey, we're here to talk about the Book of Boba Fett here, episode 4.
Unfortunately,
you guys excited? Are we halfway through?
We're over halfway. There's 7 episodes. Unfortunately, there's no more Bacta seemingly after this because he's all healed up.
Yeah, that was my first question I had. Does fully healed mean no more Bacta tank?
I think the idea is that we have caught up to the present of the show.
Correct.
Very good.
I would take that as the sign as well.
And
all right, well, that's one question eliminated for me later.
I will say, I am. Let's just get this out of the way. I know we were joking at the open and stuff like that, but ultimately, I think what I'm most disappointed at when it comes to the end of the Book of Bacta is the Tusken Raider storyline. That loop seems to be closed. I mean, there's one kind of lingering thing there that I think we'll get into in predictions, but otherwise that loop is closed. 5 years of time on Tatooine with the Tusken Raiders, a lot of lore opportunity, character growth opportunity, and man, it fell into the Sarlacc pit.
Hey, do we want to do this recap, or do we want to do just our initial thoughts of this episode first?
Do the recap, Jason.
All right. In this week's episode of the Book of Bacta, we go back to where Fett found Fennec Shan and got her droided up, which she agrees to help Fett reacquire his fire spray, which is being held in Jabba's palace, run by, at that time bib for tuna. Fett shows us what not flying his ship for 5 long years looks like. Fett shoots fish in a barrel for revenge and plays kissy face with the Starlight to try to eat him. In current times, we enlist Black Kyrgyzstan, I believe that's how you said,
Chrysanthemum.
who's drinking and playing. Chrysanthemum, there you go. Summoning the other Mos Espa crime lords for a face-to-face to discuss terms of the impending war with the Pikes.
Yep.
Yep.
Josh,
look,
you go first.
Yeah, I'll go first. Listen, I'm not a Star Wars super fan, right? They're fun. And so I find it weird that I've been enjoying this show more than you guys for the last few weeks. God, I feel like the show's been pretty good. And I don't feel like this episode was terrible, but this was certainly I found myself at one point in this episode thinking what has even happened in this episode? I know we only have 7 or 8 episodes total, and so it's really weird to me that there would be this one episode in here that's just kind of super slow. And that's what this one was. So I'm hoping, what we talked about here in the open about him being fully healed from the back of the tank and everything. I'm hoping now that means he's fucking cocked, locked, and ready to rock.
Yeah.
You want me to go? I'll go second. That way Dave can get his grievances out. Ultimately, I thought this was an okay episode of Book of Boba Fett. Ultimately, I'm gonna stick to my word and say that I was ultimately disappointed in the episode. I think mainly because we've just basically killed off all of the backstory. All of the gaps that could have been filled in over 5 long years is over, unless we somehow get some more flashbacks. Again, there was I don't like the fact of how the front part of the episode just kind of tied up a whole bunch of stuff that supposedly took 5 long years and just kind of put a bow on it that didn't quite leave me satisfied. Second half of the episode I thought was fine. We're finally getting somewhere as far as what Boba's, grand plan is going forward. And I didn't really have a problem with the back half of this episode. I thought it was much stronger than the first. But I will say, I think ultimately, I do feel as though I am going to enjoy the rest of this season more than I've enjoyed the front half, because I ultimately know that I'm not going to get the Boba Fett story that I wanted. So now I can just see where it is that we're exactly going from here on out.
Can I predict a scene that Dave absolutely hated?
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that you hated it when he was petting the bantha and telling him that he was a good boy and, giving the bantha some love.
Oh, yeah, at this point, Boba's character arc is whatever to me. If the writers don't care about his character arc, then neither do I. So that's just kind of how I feel. The more I've thought about it, and let me clarify this, I know I've been shit talking, and most of that is just to be funny, but I am a very big Star Wars fan, and I've probably said this on the podcast at some point or another, but I'm gonna bring it up here. I've named my son after Luke Skywalker, not the Skywalker part, but the Luke part. All right, so I am a very big Star Wars fan. Okay. And, I don't pretend to know everything about Star Wars, but, I'm a more than casual fan of the show. I think the more I've thought about the Book of Boba Fett, the more I think that it suffers from the problem of trying to satisfy everyone and then satisfying no one. When I expanding on that, it's trying to tell a backstory and tie up everything, right? But it's doing it halfway, and it introduced some potential, but then it never fulfilled on that promise. Now we're finally getting into the more like seedy part of being a crime lord, but we're 4 episodes in and we're just now getting a little bit of that. It's like, so basically we've spent,
we're almost at the end.
Yeah, we're over halfway done. We've spent 4 episodes trying to establish a character, instead of trying to actually, tell a interesting story. And I feel like, okay, so we're going to have these 3 episodes, and I agree with Jason. I think these last 3 episodes are going to be probably the best 3 episodes of the season because now we're focused, right? Because now we're actually going to be focused on something, and we're not going to have this back and forth. I honestly wish we would have just picked one or the other. If they would have just spent a few minutes in the first episode to tell us how he got out of the Sarlacc pit, because everybody wants to fucking know, and then get past that, and then get to him being a crime lord, get to the backstabbing and the criminal underbelly of Tatooine. I mean, shit, how many fucking Star Wars movies and television shows have taken place on Tatooine, and it feels like I'm seeing the same fucking town everywhere. I have no idea. I have no idea of the geography of Tatooine, because it's all just sand and every town looks the same. I have no landmarks. I have no way of knowing, like, yes, this is Mos Espa and this is so and so. Like, I can't tell.
So he took her to a mod guy in Mos Eisley, oh.
Yeah.
It looks exactly the same.
Look exactly the same, right? Like, this could have been an opportunity to truly explore Tatooine, to truly explore the criminal underbelly of it, and really give us an opportunity to see, Disney's never going to show us a ruthless character necessarily, not a good guy ruthless character, but show us something different. And instead, we've gotten 4 episodes of kind of a mishmash history lesson, and it's kind of like, it doesn't really make sense too much, but it's okay because 5 years fast forward and here we are, and okay, cool. Like, I feel like now that we've gotten to the good part, it's already almost over, and it's like just such a wasted opportunity.
That being said, you really enjoyed the show.
No, I haven't.
No.
I haven't. I haven't.
I mean, Dave, I'm trying to decipher what you're saying. It sounds like you kind of like the show.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
All right.
No, I didn't.
Well, Dave, why don't you go first here and give us your favorite scene from the show?
My favorite scene is probably easily. Nah, I don't even know if that's really the correct answer. But one of my favorite scenes is the meeting of the minds, the kind of with all the crime bosses when he's discussing going at war with the Pikes, right? Because that is what I want. I wanted a season of that, a season of, like, these people are going to backstab him. It's just going to be a matter of time. He knows they're going to backstab him.
I want William Wallace. I want him dropping a dead horse's head in one of their beds or something.
Yeah.
I want the Disney version of that, right? So basically like a droid head, right? So
there you go.
Protocol
droid.
I hated the rat catcher droid, by the way. That was just so stupid.
Oh my God.
But no, like, I really like that conversation. He's talking to them. He's like, I always want to just be like Steven Seagal when I do Boba Fett's voice. He's like, "It's okay, come on, just remember to stay neutral, all right?" And it's like, I don't know. No, realistically, that is what I wanted to see, and I'm glad we finally got a little bit of that, and I'm hoping we get more. And I know he's probably going to kill some of those people at that table. I hope so.
Yeah, Fossil.
I had a couple of scenes. I think my favorite scene is the BK in the bar, and he's holding the Trandoshan like by his arms, and the Twi'lek the lady comes to him and calms him down, and she's like, "I'll even erase your tab," and he looks at her and he's like, Nah, fuck this shit. Rips that dude's arm off and then gives her the coins and walks out.
Yeah.
Great scene.
Yeah. That was good. I mean, that was a nice comeback for Chrysanthemum.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a throwback to, we've heard, since the very first Star Wars, a Wookiee will tear your arms off. Yeah.
Hey, did you guys know that there's a deleted scene in which in the second trilogy, the second sequels or whatever you want to call them.
The sequel trilogy.
Yeah, whatever. In which Chewbacca was supposed to rip the arms off of one of the people and beat him over the head with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's above average.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't make it. It was on the cutting room floor.
Kind of like that dude's arm.
Oh.
Got him.
Yeah. I had the retrieval of the fire spray. Just the whole scene of them going in there, breaking it loose, him like turning it back on and flying it and running it into shit. Like, I just thought that whole thing was pretty fun.
No,
he's like, I'm kind of rusty.
Yeah, I mean, I like that because it's a little bit of action, and I gave Fennec Shan a chance to shine. She's fucking sniping folks left and right. I mean, it was good.
Yeah, all those guys
Jason,
apparently went to the same school that the Stormtroopers went to.
Oh yeah.
Jason, you said you had a couple of scenes. Was there another scene you want to talk about?
I mean, that was pretty much the scene. The effects on the Sarlacc explosion was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I liked the Sarlacc pit scene from a visual standpoint. It looked really cool. I don't think it made a lot of sense from the storyline aspect.
Story had to happen,
but
Dave.
Didn't he crawl out of that Sarlacc pit with his gear on?
Yes.
Yeah. We're gonna get to that.
The Jawas found it, right?
Yes.
And kicked his ass and stole his gear. I remember him because who finds it? Doesn't Mando find it, or is it's on Timothy Oliphant?
It's on Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, Oliphant.
Yeah.
So so when he's in the Sarlacc pit, he uses his suit to get out. He presses a button and flamethrowers his way out of it. Yeah. So why he thought it was still in there, I don't fucking know. And they don't know. They don't care.
Do we want to talk about that right now?
I mean, we just did kind of, but yeah.
I mean, look. Here's my so if you're a friend and of the show, and you've listened to me talk my stupid shit before, the things that really get under my skin are the things that are nonsensical. This is nonsensical. He uses the armor to crawl out of this hole.
You think he forgot that because
the armor's taken by Jawas.
The first time he woke up, he didn't have it. So you think he just forgot that?
No. So the way that the show presents it is that the next time he wakes up, he's a prisoner of the Raiders. Right?
Yeah.
My thing is that he's there with them for 5 years and never once, not one single time, did he think to ask them, hey, you remember back in the day when you came and you found my lifeless body? Was I wearing any armor that day?
He's supposed to ask the Tuscans that? How do you say that in Tuscan?
Sign language.
Yeah, I mean, you speak sign language.
That's how they talk to each other. But then, to what
that's how your mom talks.
Yeah, before the pod, he then uses his ship to literally go inches above the opening so he can look with his eyeballs. As if this machine has no scanners,
no scope,
no metal detector. As if Shan doesn't have a little robot that can a drone that just can go down there and look for him. And you put yourself in this absolutely ridiculous situation just so you can get the shot of being in danger from this Sarlacc actually grabbing your ship and almost bringing you into the ground. And it's just one of those things where, we make a joke and it's like, well, why did this happen? Well, the story had to happen, Jace. Yeah. This is one of those situations. They thought of how cool would it be if the Sarlacc grabbed the ship.
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, we'll have him for his armor. It's just dumb.
Yeah. This show so far feels like a series of cool scenes that were written that they decided that they wanted to tell. Like, okay, we want Boba to get revenge on the Sarlacc. Okay, cool. We want to get a baby. We want to get Boba riding a Rancor. How do we do that? Okay, we'll figure that out. Okay, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. And okay, how do we make these things happen? We'll just reverse. We'll just work backwards, and we'll figure it out. And like, I don't, sure. If I want to just turn my brain off and I just don't care about the lore and I don't care about storytelling and I don't care about any of that, yeah, I can eat popcorn and I can just do that. But I'm not gonna do that, especially not with something I really like Star Wars. I want it to be good, and it's not.
It just doesn't. Like I said, I can look. You put yourself in a world. Yes, look, you're in a world that's in a galaxy far, far away. You got people, wizarding skills and lightsabers and laser guns and can travel at light speed. And you're telling me that he literally has to fly his ship into the mouth of a Sarlacc and look with his eyeballs to look to see him.
With his eyes.
Yes. Anyway, least favorite characters? Anybody got a least favorite characters this week?
Oh, did we do favorite character already?
No, let's do favorite characters. Look, I'll go first.
I have two.
I got one.
Go ahead. Y'all.
BK. BK is my favorite character of the week because he's the only real motherfucker in this show.
That's also one of mine. Yeah, just the scene of him ripping that dude's arm off was just fucking priceless. Just the way he looks around, he's like, "Fuck it," rips that dude's arms off and pays his bill. I was like, "That's good shit."
That was mine as well.
Oh, very good. I also had the kitchen bot. General
Grievous Jr.
Yeah, dude, that fucking kitchen bot. Like when he rolls up and that bot turns. And then everything starts spreading out, and he's fucking chopping shit. I was like, "Oh shit!"
And then he just gets his throat slit.
Yeah, I will not just put my finger on his throat. Then Fennec Shan fucking chops his head off, and it was good shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I think BK. I mean, look, I keep saying BK. Y'all keep saying BK, and now I just want to go on a BK run. But
get you a fucking double stacker.
Oh, dude, they used to have triple stack. That stacker sauce, so
Chef's
good.
kiss.
Yeah. Anyway,
but look, this was a nice bounce back for Chrysanthemum this week because man, last week just watching him jog away as Boba was like, "You're free,"
and he's like, "Oh, all right, fuck it,
all right, sweet."
I'm gonna go to a bar real quick and rip somebody's arm off.
Yeah,
I'll see you later.
And this time, what was that race of alien again?
Oh, the Trandoshans.
Trandoshan.
Their arms grow back.
That's a cool name. I like that.
Do they really? Yeah, unfortunately, they're reptilian, so their arms can grow back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a big deal. He's not going to die or anything or bleed out with his...
He's just in some pain.
Yeah. Rip your arm off, he'll be all right.
Yeah, he's doing the whole, Family Guy thing.
Yeah. All right, what about least favorite characters?
It's Boba Fett for me.
I saw that. I knew that was coming.
Dude, he's just an idiot, dude. Like, he's just not... He's the worst crime lord ever. What does this guy do?
He's recruiting a fucking gang, bro. He's got Chrysanthemum, he's got the Power Rangers, he's got fucking Fennec Shan, he's got Bebop and Rocksteady. And hold on, he's got a Rancor. bro. This team is assembled.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna ask you something real quick. What is realistically stopping them from just he's got? You see his palace? Ain't nobody in there. That shit's empty as fuck.
Seen the security? It's already been broken into multiple times.
BK's already been up in there. I mean, he could have killed Boba, and like we've already been through that. But like, dude, what does he actually do? Because the one time that he actually got asked for help with the water, he ended up hiring the people that the guy wanted him to take care of. The dude's terrible. He's the worst boss ever.
And then he paid the guy a third of what the water was worth.
I know.
Yep.
So
and told him to lower his prices.
this show is ultimately about a crime, about a bounty hunter turning to be a crime lord. Where is the crime?
Word there is crime.
Where is the crime? Where is the lording? All I see is some dude sleeping half the time. This is sleep. This is
He's healing.
This is the bed of Boba Fett, is what this is.
I'll use that one next week.
The dreams of Boba Fett. Fucking waterbed, motherfucker.
Jason, who's your least favorite?
God dang. Shit.
I'll go while you're thinking. I had the mod guy in Mos Eisley. Like that whole thing was cringe as fuck.
When he's like, no, I cover up all that. He's like, why would I
cover up all this metal?
All the gear.
Yeah. That was like it. Look, here's another question I have later. Doctors? Question mark.
That was the closest he could get to. I think he mentioned that.
Technically,
he did say that. But, I mean, okay. So the thought is like pumper full of fucking hydraulics and shit. Like what is going on?
How does that actually heal her?
And then he doesn't seal the wound or anything like that. So I mean, they're on Tatooine.
There's
She's
sand
all up in her guts. like what's going on?
All up in her gears.
So it's like the mod guy is like my least favorite character, but it's more like that whole like story is just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I really just want to name anybody else but Boba Fett this week, but I can't. I just can't. Like
yes.
Even in that situation right there, he goes and she's bleeding out. I mean, she's as good as dead. There is no saving this. There is no saving Fennec Shan. And he saves her, drags her dead carcass to a mod
it's a good thing. It's a good thing she wasn't too near death because they put her on that fucking bantha and took 50 years to get to that fucking place.
Exactly, and God only knows what kind of bugs and stuff that are all up in her guts then. But then brings her back to life. He drops down a pouch of coin to get all of these mods done to her, and then he's like, "Well, I need your help," and she's like, "Okay, well, if I help you get your ship, we're even." Bitch, we ain't even. I saved your fucking life. I'm gonna go in here and shoot some people, get in my ship and fly out. Like, your debt is way more than that. But he's just like, oh yeah, well, if that's what you say, okay. Yeah,
like,
we'll be even Steven, bro.
Like, I'm telling, hey, look, Jason, he spent 5 years with the Tusken Raiders. Didn't you see that? Oh wait, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm sorry. You didn't see that because they didn't develop that at all. That's right. My bad.
Hey, it's not like they killed a whole bunch of people off screen. Or never mind.
Hey, not to pile on Boba Fett, but there was one super cringy Boba Fett moment this week too. Is the rat catching bot? Whenever he catches it, and he's like, "Hey, I'm Boba Fett." And he says that to this fucking rat catching bot. Like, what the? Like,
wait,
what is that?
While you're there,
why would the bot? How would the bot know who he is?
While you're on this subject, he says, "Hey, it's good for people to think I'm dead." Well, then why do you keep telling everybody who the fuck you are? Every time you meet somebody, I'm Boba Fett.
Dude,
and none of them are like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Real?
No.
I can't. Tell me I'm not the only one. Every time he says that, do you hear in your head, "I'm Batman"?
No.
But
Probably
you will now, though.
I just
Yeah,
I keep
now I
waiting
will.
I just wonder, like, if Boba Fett's gonna say that, and then like one of these times somebody's gonna actually react to it, like they knew who it was. Because
Yeah, like
nobody.
Mace Windu's going to be in a bar somewhere, and he's going to be like, "What?"
Yeah. Who?
Yeah.
And he's going to have a lightsaber that's going to say "bad motherfucker" on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Because I mean, up to the point where Disney snipped his nuts, like he was known around the galaxy as the deadliest bounty hunter in the galaxy.
Okay, listen. Real quick, while we're on the subject of Boba Fett and we're shitting on him, I wanna just bring this up because, correct me if I'm wrong. I just want to make sure it's not revisionist history in my brain. But when we saw the Boba Fett that we saw in the Mando season 2 is not this Boba Fett.
Well, that Mando, I mean, that Boba Fett was on the way to locking up this throne, right?
Yes.
That's yeah. So it's kind of in between. So theoretically, if we keep seeing flashbacks, then that'll be like a flashback we might see.
Well, I'm just saying it's within. I mean, what I'm saying is it's essentially the same character from a timeline standpoint. I mean, it's within. I mean, it's within months or weeks or whatever. Like it's like,
Right.
But as far as like badassness, it's night and day.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because I mean, all we saw was him just come in and start fucking wrecking shit with his little fucking stick
And his fucking missile and his ability to fly.
And look, and we've seen that in bits and pieces this season in the Book of Boba, but then he contradicts himself almost every episode.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. What are we doing next?
issues.
Yeah.
We've covered quite a few of them.
So-
I think we've covered them. Yeah.
So, Jason, you and I talked about this. I think I might have posed this question to you, and now I'm going to pose it here to get it on record. I'm going to start with Josh first. Well, no, because Josh likes the show. But I'll ask you anyway. Josh, what would be your, and I know you've already mentioned you're not the super Star Wars lore guy, but what would be the thing that you'd want to see that could take this show over the top? Like, I would harken it back to Mando season 2 when, spoiler alert, Luke Skywalker shows up. What would be something equivalent that this season could do where you'd be like, you know what? This was fucking great.
Well, while you were saying it, the first thing I thought was, the first vision I had was Boba riding the Rancor through Mos Espa, using his fucking stick and just like clobbering fucking pikes as he's going down the road as part of the war. In terms of like somebody else showing up, I still like the idea of there being why can't I think of it now? Sam Jackson.
Mace Windu.
Yeah. I feel like Mace Windu showing up would be that would be a really cool swerve. Maybe that's like a season 2 thing. Maybe that's how the first season ends on cliffhanger.
They kind of show they show a purple lightsaber, and that's all you get. Maybe you get a profile shot.
Yeah, you get his scarred, burned up, electrified face, and you get a fucking like purple lightsaber in the darkness.
And then it's credits roll.
Yep.
Oh, dude. I mean, look, that alone, I would be like, all right, man, this show gets like a 10 on the shitometer. It's classic material. Jason, same question. Jason, same question.
Man, we kind of talked about this. The main problem is, how do we get there?
Well, actually, I think Josh put it in the best way possible. You save Mace. You use Mace as a season 1 finale, carrot, like a carrot on the stick, and then you save that storyline for season 2.
Kind of like what they did in Solo when you saw
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul. Yeah, and then they never used him.
Yeah. But in this case, you would actually they would use him for season 2. But
After Disney canceled season 2 because this one's so bad or something.
No. Okay, so within the realm of what you think the show will actually do, what would be your dream ending here, or a dream scenario?
Well, I don't know exactly what the dream scenario is going to be, because I honestly do feel like Mace Windu is probably the one character that could save the season. I think the unfortunate part is that going into the beginning of the season, we kept hearing that they're not showing much on the trailers because of all of the epic shit you're going to see this season. I haven't seen a fucking thing yet that's been epic. Not a single thing beyond BK. And I don't even consider him epic because I had no idea who he was until he showed up in this show. And we're down to the last 3 episodes, and I assume it's going to be a war. And I believe it's going to be full of Mandalorians.
Yeah, I think
possibly strong, but I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get. I don't think we're going to get Samuel L. Jackson.
I don't think we're gonna see a single lightsaber this season. And I think Josh hit it perfectly. If we get it at all, it's the final scene in season 1, like in the final episode. Like that, if we don't get it, if we get it at all, I think that's when we get it. As the big oh shit moment to like make us like wait till next year or whatever. For me, I think seeing the Mando with the Darksaber, with an army of Mandalorians behind him will be good. But I'm gonna stand by my prediction that I made before I really thought this show was on
Al
a down.
Pacino.
Yeah. Al Pacino's coming. That's a deep cut. Don't bother learning what that is. I think the female Tusken Raider rallies the Tusken Raider troops and saves the motherfucking day, big time, in a big way. For
she
Boba.
has to come back.
I think she comes
She's
back.
the only one.
They put too much of a feature for her to just have her die off screen. And not have like something where Boba goes over to her and he's like, no, you know.
I swear to you, man. It's the only. It's honestly the most believable part that could happen that would save this season, because I swear, like if they just killed off that entire storyline off screen, I don't even know. I don't know if I'll ever be able to just get over that.
So, I this is gonna be silly, but like I get goosebumps thinking about this. Like I imagine they're kind of cornered, they're kind of trapped, they're getting overrun. There's silence, and then you hear that Tusken Raider like sound, that her, and then you look up, and there's just like a shit ton of fucking Tusken Raiders. Yes, I knew when I did it was gonna sound stupid, but
and they're like running down a hill really fast on a bunch of banthas.
Yeah,
really slow. We're coming, guys. Everybody's dead by the time they get to the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
We were coming as fast as these banthas would run.
But no, I think realistically, like I will be upset if something akin to that doesn't happen. If they don't come in and make some type of save there.
I think it's a safe bet we're going to see that particular Tusken again. Like maybe she comes and joins the gang as well with Fennec and everybody else.
I feel like
it'd be cool to see a whole army, but she'll definitely something will happen.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, can we take a second to say one good thing about the show though?
Music.
Bro, that music is fire.
Yeah, it's good. Like, look,
it's better than Mando's song.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. But it's
Yes,
good.
it is.
The Mandalorian theme that woo, 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 woo. Dude, that's untouchable.
I do feel like we need to discuss, Dave, the timeline.
Wait, say that again.
And I think we also the timeline. And I do feel like, even though we pretty much discussed the timeline, but I got to get this one other part of issues.
Okay.
You spent 5 years, 5 long years with these Raiders. Bled with them, you sweat with them, you snorted lizards with them. Like, you did a whole bunch of shit. You robbed a spice train. I mean, you did a lot of shit in 5 long years. And you finally get to extract your revenge, and you basically just light up guys on bikes. And that's it.
Yeah.
That was the end.
Yep.
That was it. Like, how does he even know he shot the right motherfuckers?
I don't think he did personally, but
Did those guys not have a
think
base?
the Pikes. I still feel like the Pikes had something to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, part of me wants to believe there's going to be a deeper swerve with that. Like, he's going to find out, oh, really, those guys didn't do it. It was the Pikes the whole time. And then, it's going to be like, it's like Obi-Wan wasn't there to look at the tracks and be like, this is stormtroopers, the Sand People, they hide their numbers. So Boba Fett just didn't know. He just didn't know the difference. So he just basically just shot some innocent people.
Just blind rage.
Yeah, even though he wasn't angry. He was just kind of there.
Getting groceries on the way home from the grocery store.
But here's the thing. There's no way you win in that scenario, because if that really is who killed them, then it was unsatisfying.
Absolutely.
And if that wasn't who killed them, then Boba's just a terrible person. So it's
That's
like,
what you want, though. That's what you've been asking for this whole show.
well, no, I mean, I don't want him to be incompetent.
No, look, my thing is that
He is.
Okay.
He's having to use his own eyes, Dave.
He's like, oh shit, can you turn a light? Nope. Let me shine this small ass fucking flashlight so I can see in this thing. Like,
my thing. My thing is that, like, the guys on the speeder bikes get road graded. They don't even know why they just got killed.
Yeah, he doesn't like say, "Hey, my name is Indigo
me?
Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." Like nothing.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're just
These are the only people he doesn't tell his name to.
Yeah, he's all of a sudden they're just like this. They're just like, "Yeah, we're riding," and then
They have never seen that shit before.
they don't even.
Pork
And
chop sandwiches.
also, they're stupid. Like, why not spread? Like, why not just fucking? All right, guys, we'll meet at the pass, and then they just go.
No, they went to the same school as Rick and Stark went.
Yeah.
You don't weave back and forth when you're dodging stuff. You just stay in a straight line and go as fast as you can.
Yeah, dude, make it difficult. If you all go in opposite directions, maybe one or two of you survive.
Maybe.
At least make it difficult. Make it a challenge, because you're just letting him just fucking. He didn't even have to make a second pass. He's just flying behind him, shooting. And he looks over at Fennec Shen like, yeah, and she's just like, just cringy as fuck.
Well, on that note, I think we've completed another podcast.
Yeah, we
And
did.
thankfully,
looking-
going forward, I think we're all going to enjoy this show much more.
I sure hope so, guys. I don't know if I can take another one like
I
that.
sure hope so.
Oh boy, didn't you like Book of Boba Fett? I bought Star Wars for a lot of money. Haha, it was really, really good.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Well, hey, you know what? Here's the deal. It's guaranteed to be better than the Anthrax podcast that we have coming up next week as well.
That's no doubt.
Yeah. So, if you're following along, we do have the next episode of our Metalhead Journey next week. That's going to be the next 4 albums from Anthrax. And then we are doing episode 5 of shitting on the Book of Boba Fett. So
hopefully this is the last episode we shit on. Genuinely.
Yes.
I hope.
I hope that there is one sound of white noise in Boba Fett.
Yeah, we'll see. In the meantime, live long and prosper.
Take it easy.